Okay, so this is the demo for the final project, mobile app projects. So here's the home page. So here we have the navigation drawer. We have home, stock, search, and login zone. So let's go to login zone. I'm already logged in, but I can click this and log out. Click this, it signs in, and because my account's already signed in, it just brings me right here. We go main menu. Then we have the stocks. So we have two stocks. We have Microsoft and GameStop. So with this, when you click on one of these dialog boxes come up, but none of these do anything yet because I haven't been able to figure out the real-time database, because the way it's set up, it's each stock has like two things. It's code and it's whether it's favorited or not. So I need to figure out how to send like a list into a list on there. Let's go back to the main menu. Then we have search. So we can put anything. So we can put Apple. Search, and it gets the best matches through the API. So I also haven't figured out this one, but each of these still does something. As you can see here, whenever I click on one of these, it shows it down here. That happens a lot. And I think that's it. Here's a code explanation. So let's start in the main activity. So here, the main activity, the way that the navigation drawer works is that I get the drawer. It's in a drawer. Sorry, words are hard. The activity is in a drawer layout, and so I get the drawer layout, and I get the navigation view in the toolbar, and I set this button to the toolbar. So that way I can set an action bar drawer toggle. Okay, so with this drawer toggle I can access the navigation item view, and so in that navigation view, once a navigation item is selected, one of these will activate. So with nav home, nothing happens. In nav stock, we go to the stock activity, and login, we go to log activity, and search, we go to search activity. And then, if I click anywhere else, it just closes. Okay, let's go to the stock activity. So the stock activity has a lot of stuff going on. So first we get the stock database, which this gets the information from the real-time database on Firebase. Okay, then we start a new request queue. Okay, ignore that. Okay, we get the list view that's in the activity. Then we say on click listener, so that way we can get. So once one of these is clicked, something happens. So I set this to the dialog box. So the dialog shows up when you click on it. Okay, it's now in stock info. So stock info activates. Let's see, I believe. Let's see, it's in here somewhere. Oh yeah. So when stock info is called, which it gets called down here in the set database information. Okay, it gets the symbol, which I got from the database. Then it puts it into the URL, And when it puts the URL, it then creates a JSON request. So it gets the JSON request that takes form of what it looks like on the thing. So it gets that, it gets JSON request, and then once it's saved to the save response, we go to add it to the queue. Once we get the response, we go to the set stock list. So in this one, it sets the stock to the array that will eventually get put into the list view here. So this stock, okay, this one sets this so that way if it's a favorited one, it'll add favorite to the end. Okay, and if stock info doesn't equal null, then it'll add this to the list. So here it adds the symbol, the price that it opened at, which is its current price, and then it'll adds it to the list. At the end, the list view gets the array adapter, which is here, which is its application. So it gets this. Okay, get stock database gets the information from the Firebase. So here we get the instance, we get the root reference, and this is the stock reference. So the stock ref, whenever a data changes, which always happens which happens once when nothing changes, and once every other time it happens, then we create two new arrays, and then for each child in stocks, we get two things. We get the code. Okay, and then when we put that in the temp value, and then if the child is a favorite, which means if it equals 1, then we add it to favorite list array. If it isn't, then we add it to stock list array. And we set the database information, which does all this stuff. This is the child event listeners. Oh, and also, up here for these dialog, this is where the stuff help that if the dialog buttons have stuff, which I still need a day to do, when it adds and deletes and favorites to the Fire database. So this is child listeners, which is just here, essentially do nothing right now. And this one just is the button to return to main menu. And this is set database information. It basically just iterates through the entire array. The favorite list. Oh wait, no wonder. Well, I just changed this, so that's not a big deal. They both only have one anyway. Okay, so this iterates through both arrays and gets stock info, so that way it's one JSON request for each of these, and they don't overwrite each other. Also, that way it gets put into the app in the correct order. So it's favorites go second because then that gets added to the top. Okay, and now let's go to result activity. Or no, we should go to login activity. So here, this button doesn't do anything. Okay, so here on start, we get the current user. If there is no current user, then nothing happens. But if there is, then we switch to the account activity. Okay, so on create, we create the button that allows people to log in. And then when that button is clicked, then we start logging in. This is the authentication with Firebase. This is the return to main menu button. Okay, now let's go to account activity. This one's a lot simpler. It just has a logout button, a main menu button, and the text box, the text view that will show your email. There's supposed to be another one that shows your name, but not everybody has a name, including me. So it just shows the email right now. Okay, and now let's go to search activity. So here we have two things. We have a request queue, because this is where we make the JSON request, and the edit text, which is where JSON request where we get the results. So in here we get the search text area here. Now this is an autocomplete thing, so it'll have stuff on the bottom. So if we do Apple, it'll autocomplete to Apple down here. When you click the search button, it's going to get the text from this box, and then it's going to do the whole JSON request thing. So start a new request queue. Here's URL. We'll add the short search term with the API code, the API key. Then is the URL. Send the response, on response. We get this, and then we switch to the result activity. Here's the return to main menu button. So in the result activity, we have so on create, we get the JSON object from the search activity, and we have to get an array from it, because the object has an array inside of it. So we get the array from the object that we got from the API. Okay, we set the list view. Set the list, and then search info does not equal null. Then for every object in search info, we get the search item from the array, print it out, and then we add it to the thing. So we add the symbol and the name to the thing. So we do Apple. There's a symbol and the name. Okay. You also have the on item click listener. So whenever you click on something, something happens. So right now all it does is show the thing. Once I have another day, and I put in the rest, and it'll work. And that's the whole app.